So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about the recently concluded BRICS Summit, which actually happened in Brazil. I hope you all are aware. And BRICS Summit is a very important international level summit where Indian Prime Minister also participated. So in today's class, we will discuss in detail about BRICS and things associated with that. So let us begin with today's class. So I'll discuss it with the help of a question and answer so that it would be easy for you all to learn the things. And if you know the answer, you are of course free to write it in the live chat. I'll be very happy that if you know these questions. So the first question is the term BRICS. So originally, instead of BRICS, the term was BRIC. So Brazil, Russia, India, China. This is called as BRIC countries. And this concept was initially given by a very famous economist from Goldman Sachs. So this was actually published. The idea was published in 2001. You have to tell me that who was the person, the economist who gave this term called as BRIC, Brazil, Russia, India, and China. And he said that these four countries will challenge the US hegemony. That is what the idea is. Or the idea of being a superpower. So your options are Joseph Stiglitz, Jim O'Neill, Thomas Friedman, Paul Robin Krugman. What is the right answer to this question? If you know it, please, I'll be very happy to know. The right answer actually is option B. Jim O'Neill is the right answer to this question. Okay. So B is the right answer. Jim O'Neill, and the chairman of Goldman Sachs Asset Management, had given this idea of BRIC. Brazil, Russia, India, China. Okay. That is what you should know. So now let's move on to the next question. And the next question is, the BRIC was formed in which year? Your options are 2006, 2009, 2011, 2013. So the idea of BRIC was given by Jim O'Neill in 2001, and he believed that these four countries will actually challenge the US hegemony. So this concept was later on made into a reality in actually 2006, when all these four countries came together and decided to have a meeting or a summit. We use this word summit, SUMMIT, which means a sort of an international level meeting, annual meeting, right? So A is the right answer. The BRIC was formed in 2006. So the four countries, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, came together and formed BRIC. So A is the right answer to this question. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question says the first BRIC summit happened in which year? Now I've told you that BRIC as a grouping was formed in 2006. The countries came together and they formed a grouping called as BRIC. But the first summit, official summit, actually happened later on. And you have to tell me when it happened. 2009, 2011, 2008, 2007. What is the right answer to this question? So if you know the answer, I'll be very happy if you should be answering it in the live chat or in the comments. So even if you are watching recorded video, you can write those answers in the comments. So the right answer is 2009. So 3 years later, when it was founded in 2006, 3 years later, the BRIC Summit happened in 2009. So A is the right answer. The first BRIC Summit happened in 2009. So A is the right answer to this question. Now, let's move on to the next question. See, whenever we are discussing BRIC or BRICS, actually, we are discussing the history portion first. Then we will discuss this year's BRIC Summit. That is the 17th BRIC Summit. So we'll discuss that as well. Okay, so nothing to worry. So the question is the first BRIC Summit that happened in 2009. Actually, it happened in which city of Russia? Your options are Kazan, St. Petersburg, Murmansk, Yekaterinburg. What is the right answer to this question? So I'm waiting for the response. The right answer is option D. Yekaterinburg is a place in Russia, 2009. Okay, so D is the right answer. Okay, so let's learn something about it. So this is from the official website of BRIC, and Brazil, Russia, India, China. They first met in St. Petersburg in 2006. Okay? So the first meeting happened. So formally BRIC was established. But this was not considered as an official summit. Okay? So they established BRIC in 2006. But the first official BRIC summit happened in 2009 in Yekaterinburg in Russia. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay. Now, so here is, let me show in the map. So here is India. This is a huge country called as Russia. I'm sure you must be aware of that. And here is actually St. Petersburg, a very famous port city. So this is the place where the four countries came together in 2006. Brazil, Russia, India, and China came together. Okay. So 3 years later in Yekaterinburg, 2009, the first BRICS Summit happened. BRIC. BRICS Summit happened. Okay. This is what you should be knowing. So both are the places in Russia. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. And the next question is, BRIC later on actually became BRICS by the addition of which country in which year? So I've told you the concept of BRIC: Brazil, Russia, India, and China. This was given by Jim O'Neill in 2001. The concept was given. In 2006, it became the four countries established a grouping, and in 2009, the first summit happened. Now later on, so BRIC became BRICS by addition of S. So if you're adding S, which country you are adding and in which year this was added? If you know the answer, I'll be very happy to know this. So BRIC became BRICS by the addition of South Africa in the year 2010. Okay, please remember it. So first BRICS Summit happened in 2009. Next year, the second BRICS Summit happened where actually South Africa got added. So it became BRICS. Okay, so that is what you should be knowing. Okay, BRIC group was renamed as BRICS, and Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa got added. And after South Africa was accepted as full member in September 2010. And from third summit, South Africa also started getting attended officially and all. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay, so these are the basic things you should be knowing about BRICS. Now, let's move on further. So let us see the countries. So this is Brazil. B, R, then R is Russia. Here is Russia, you can see. Then I is India. R, Russia, I is India. C for China. And S for South Africa. So here is S, South Africa. So these are, and South Africa was added later on in 2010. So it became BRICS. Okay, so by 2010, it became BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa grouping. Okay. Now, every year, actually, the meeting happens. Okay. So the meetings happens like this. So first Brazil is there, then Russia, then India, then China, then South Africa. So Brazil to Russia. Then the next meeting will happen in India, then in China, then in South Africa, then again in Brazil, then in Russia, like this. So this is how the presidencies gets changed. So in August 20, every year this happens. So August 2023, South Africa conducted the BRICS Summit, 15th BRICS Summit, where President had announced addition of some more countries. So 5, 6, 4, or 7. How many countries were invited to join the bloc? And if you know the answer, I'll be very happy to know. Just hold on. Okay, so the right answer is 6. B is the right answer to this question. In August 2023, the 15th BRICS Summit, South Africa's president announced 6 emerging market grouping countries: Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and UAE. So these 6 countries were invited. So BRICS plus 6 more countries were invited, but not all of them joined. Okay, so these were invited in BRICS Summit, August 2023. Okay. Now, out of these 6 countries, which are the following decided not to join? So Pakistan, Argentina, Egypt, or Ethiopia. What is the right answer out of these 6 countries? So basically, the right answer is Argentina. Pakistan is not there even in those 6 countries. So the right answer is B is the right answer. Argentina later on decided not to join when the election happened and Javier Milei became the president in December 2023. He said that we are not joining the BRICS. Okay. So one country is gone. So from here, Argentina is gone. Even Saudi Arabia has also not joined it. So Saudi Arabia is still in confusion. So yes, you can see Saudi Arabia is still assessing BRICS membership. So it is yet to join it. Okay. Now the thing is, today, how many members are there in BRICS? are there? Today I'm asking. 10, 9, 8, 7. What is the right answer to this question? If you know it, please tell me. So you will say that BRICS tha BRICS. So 6 countries were invited. So 2 rejected. So you can say 4 will be there. So BRICS plus 4 will be 9. But even Indonesia is also invited. So even this year, Indonesia also became the member of BRICS. So the right answer is 10. Okay. So who are those 10 countries? So let me see here. So Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Then Egypt and Ethiopia. Isko likh sakte ho E square. Indonesia and Iran, I square. And this is UAE. So these are the 5 countries, E square, I square, UAE. Indonesia joined this year, that is in January 2025. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. Okay, so A is the right answer to this question. So please remember it because this is very, very important. Sometimes these types of questions are asked, which of the following is not the member of BRICS? Okay, so that is what you should know. Here you can see in January 2025, Indonesia is admitted to the BRICS bloc of developing nation, Brazil announces. Okay. Let's move on. Yes. So this is about BRICS. If you see it carefully, it is an intergovernmental organization, means countries, it is an organization which is a result of membership of different government organizations. So different governments are participating in Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Iran, UAE. The concept was originally given, the BRIC concept was given by Jim O'Neill. The first summit happened in 2009. So we have discussed these things. And now in the recent years, we have seen 5 more addition after BRICS. So these are sometimes called as BRICS plus. Okay. So BRIC plus 5 more countries called as BRICS plus. So that is what you should be knowing about. Okay. And आप देख सकते हो. So original countries were Brazil, Russia, India, and China, and a founding member. So technically, South Africa is not founding member because it joined later on in 2010. Okay. And new members में आप देख सकते हो. These are the new members. We have already shown you. The Indonesia is new member, and then Ethiopia is the new member. Egypt is the new member. Ethiopia, Egypt. Iran is the new member. And there is one more country. UAE, yahan par hai. United Arab Emirates. Okay, so 5 new countries. So BRICS was there, plus 5 new countries. So we are having 10 countries as member of BRICS currently. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Sometimes questions comes from here also. Which of the following bank is also known as BRICS Bank? These are your options. New Development Bank, Asian Development Bank, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, World Bank. So BRICS Bank किसको कहते हैं आपको बताना है. So the right answer is New Development Bank is called as BRICS Bank. Okay. It was formed, I think in 2014-15 के आसपास ही बना था as a result of Fortaleza Declaration. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Now we are asking about BRICS Bank. Where is the headquarter of BRICS Bank? I mean, BRICS headquarter also is there in the same building, and BRICS Bank, that is New Development Bank, is also headquartered there. Your options are Beijing, Shanghai, Tokyo, Hong Kong. What is the right answer to this question? Headquarter of BRICS Bank. So the right answer is Shanghai, which is actually in China. So B is the right answer to this question. Okay. Let me show. So this is the beautiful building of BRICS. Okay. New Development Bank is also headquartered in the same building. Up dekho top mein here it is written. If you see on the top of the building, NDB is written. So here is India. This is China. And this is Shanghai. Okay. Here you will find the headquarter of BRICS. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Who is the current president of New Development Bank, or what we call it as BRICS Bank? Your options are KV Kamath, Dilma Rousseff, Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo, none of the above. What is the right answer to this question? So KV Kamath from India was the first president of New Development Bank, somewhere from 2015 to 20. So the current president is option B, Dilma Rousseff. So that is what you should know. Let me show. Okay, so president of a New Development Bank is Dilma Rousseff. Okay, so please remember it. So New Development Bank has also members. So even the BRICS, if you are not a BRICS member, still the country can become a member of New Development Bank. For example, Algeria, Bangladesh, Colombia, then Uruguay, Uzbekistan. These are not the member of BRICS, but still they can become the member of New Development Bank, or what we call it as BRICS Bank. This has to be very crystal clear. Okay? That even if the country is not a member of BRICS grouping, still it can become a member of New Development Bank or BRICS Bank. Okay? Okay. Now, so recently what happened was, if you see 22nd May 2025, BRICS has admitted Algeria as its new member. So this can be a part of current affairs, which can be asked in the exam. Okay, so you can see it here. Algeria is also a part of BRICS Bank, NDB. It is not a part of BRICS grouping, but it is a member of BRICS Bank, that is New Development Bank. Okay. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. The BRICS Summit 2025 happened where? In China, Russia, Brazil, Pakistan. And you have to tell me. So this is the 17th BRICS Summit. Why? Because 2009 first BRICS Summit happened, which was actually called as BRIC. And if you add 17, it will be like 2025. If you add 16, actually it will be 2025. And this, we are adding this one, so it will be 17th BRICS Summit. Okay, so that is what you should know. So it happened in Brazil. And if you tell me the name of the city, I'll be very happy to know. Please write it in the chat. The city where BRICS Summit happened this year. So the right answer is Rio de Janeiro, very famous place. Rio, also it is written in short, Rio de Janeiro. So C is the right answer. Okay. So let me show. So here is India. This is Brazil. This is Rio, or Rio de Janeiro. Okay. So that is what you should know. And here is the photo of the world leaders, as well as different. So not only the BRICS members, but associated members. Then actually a lot of guests are also invited. Okay. So you can see these are the images of the world leaders. Now, the question is, what was the theme of BRICS Summit that happened this year in 2025? So if you write it in the live chat, I'll be very happy to know. And if you do not know it, I'll tell you. This is the theme. Now, it is difficult to remember all the terms because it's a long term, but you should know some of the keywords in the theme. So the keywords are Global South and sustainability. These are the keywords mentioned in the theme. So here is the theme: strengthening Global South cooperation for more inclusive and sustainable growth, sustainable governance. And who was the chairman of the BRICS Summit? So of course, it happened in Brazil. Brazil, where Rio met happened. So the president of Brazil was Lula da Silva. Okay, his name is quite long, but just for remembering purpose, you can remember Lula da Silva was is the president of Brazil, who was the host of BRICS Summit 2025. Now, let me break this little bit. The theme of BRICS Summit 2025: strengthening Global South cooperation for more inclusive and sustainable governance. Now, what is Global South? This I need to talk because you might not be knowing it. So let me explain it. Where is the... yes. So basically, there is a concept in political science called as Brandt line. So I am making this line with a blue pen. So this is called as Brandt line. So brand line is the line which actually demarcates the global north and the global south. So the blue one is actually called as global north. And these are the rich developed countries. And the red ones, niche wala jo, they are called as global south, below the brand line. And these are developing countries. Okay. For example, let me discuss it. For example, so here is India, this is China, then South Africa, entire Latin America like Brazil, Argentina. Now the global north is Russia, R is Russia, here is USA, this is Canada, this is European countries. I'm writing EU, European countries. These all are developed countries. Now you have to be very careful. Here is Australia and here is New Zealand. These two are actually also a part of global north, means they are developed countries, although geographically they are in the south. Okay. So you have to be clear, crystal clear. Now, when I'm saying that, let's say India is participating, is doing a business with South Africa. SA means South Africa, I means India. India and South Africa are cooperating each other. So this will be called as South-South cooperation. This term you should be knowing. Or for example, India is doing a business deal with Brazil. So this will be called as South-South cooperation, because the global South countries are themselves helping each other or doing trade, South-South trade, okay, or global South trade. So that is what the term you can see. So I was talking about strengthening global South means strengthening the developing countries. Because if you see it carefully, all the BRICS countries, and +5, these 10 countries, except Russia, all are part of global South. Let me show again. Okay. All the BRICS countries. Okay, so this is Brazil, this is Russia, this is India, BRIC, this is China, this is South Africa. Then 5 more were added. So one is Indonesia, here is UAE. Then we are having Egypt, E say Ethiopia. Then we are having Iran. So if you see it carefully, except Russia, all are part of red ones, which are developing countries or global South. So that is why BRICS is talking about global South, right? Let me show. So that is why it says strengthening global South cooperation for more inclusive and sustainable governance. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay. So the members were like, he was actually the host. Lula de Silva was the host of BRICS Summit. Then we are having Russian foreign minister was there. Russian president participated virtually because a arrest warrant against him is issued in International Criminal Court because of declaring war against Ukraine and International Criminal Court. And that's why he has not come. Because if you see it carefully, let me show. This is International Criminal Court. These are the state parties, green ones. Here is Brazil. Okay. So if here is Russia, and if you see it, Russia was earlier a part of it, but later on it has withdrawn. So if a Russian president comes to Brazil, an International Criminal Court has issued an arrest warrant, then maybe the Brazil has to arrest the president, Vladimir Putin. That is why Vladimir Putin did not come. Okay, this has to be crystal clear. Then PM Modi was also invited from China side for the first time since the Xi Jinping became the president. Xi Jinping used to come. Since 2013, he is the president of China. But for the first time after becoming president, he has not come in BRICS Summit. He has sent his premier. Premier is like prime minister, but in China, president is more powerful. Okay, Xi Jinping is the president. Then we are having South African president and an Egyptian prime minister, Ethiopian prime minister, Indonesia's president. Okay. Then Iran's foreign minister has been sent, and UAE's crown prince was also there. So these are the members participated in BRICS Summit this year. Okay. And we have discussed that Xi Jinping skips the BRICS Summit for the first time after becoming the president. Now the question is, which country will host the next BRICS Summit? If you know it, please tell me. I'll be very happy to know. So basically, I've told you the 2023 BRICS Summit was hosted by South Africa. 2024 should have been hosted by Brazil and 2025 by Russia. But actually they exchanged. Okay, so that is why. Why they have exchanged? Because Brazil actually in 2024 did G20 summit also, so it was difficult to do it. So Brazil did it in 2025 and Russia did it in 2024. So they have exchanged it. So the now next one is India would be doing it and for 2026. Okay. So yes, you should know it that India will be hosting the next BRICS summit. And India will give a new form of BRICS grouping in 2026, says PM Modi. Okay. And the issue of Global South, we have discussed that BRICS is considered as a grouping of Global South. That is what you should be knowing about. And Rio Declaration was also signed. Okay. So these are the photos of BRICS countries members. So we talked about again strengthening Global South cooperation for more inclusive and sustainable governance. This was the theme. And it talked about mutual respect and understanding, sovereign equality, solidarity, democracy, openness, inclusion. Okay. They talked about multilateralism. Multilateralism is the phenomena of different countries coming together and participating in different groupings. That is called as multilateralism. For example, G7, G20, BRICS, these all are examples of multilateralism. Okay. Then इसमें कुछ खास नहीं था. They talked about artificial intelligence. They talked about COP30 under UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Under this, COP30 is going to happen in Belém in Brazil. That is also you should be knowing. Okay, this year in November. Peace and security की बात कही, इसमें कुछ खास नहीं है ना. If you are interested, you can read this, the entire detailed Rio Declaration. But I don't think for you this will be very, very important because this is on slightly on a higher side. Just remember it. The BRICS countries actually condemned Pahalgam terror attack, although they did not mention the term Pakistan. But all these countries unanimously condemned the Pahalgam terror attack. Okay. So this is all about today's class. I am giving you two homeworks. After the class is over, write it in the live chat, in the comment section. First, which country is in Southern Hemisphere, but it is a part of Global North? I have told you just a few minutes back. And you have to tell me all the 4 Sustainable Development Goals 1, 2, 3, and 4. SDG means Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. Okay, so this is all about today's class. Please subscribe to the channel, press the like button, share this video. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.